Hello, my name is Amy and welcome to my presentation. I chose to investigate the impact of carp on Australian waterways and how they affect the sustainability of the natural ecosystems found there. Carp are a native freshwater fish of Central Asia and since their introduction have become Australia's most established and abundant introduced fish species. Carp were introduced to Australia both intentionally and accidentally, with many believing that they are largely to blame for the degradation of numerous inland waterways. Australia was once made up of clear flowing waterways that housed multiple indigenous fish species. Today, however, Australian freshwater ecosystems have unfortunately become vulnerable to the impacts of introduced fish. There are numerous reports of carp negatively impacting vegetation, native fish, and water quality. Carp threaten the plight of native fish through predation, competition, or by modifying their natural habitat. There are records of carp feeding on fish eggs and small fish. They've also been accused of negatively impacting water quality and native aquatic plant life through their aggressive feeding and breeding habits. Because carp uproot plants and stir up sediment during feeding, their feeding process can result in riverbanks becoming undermined and water quality declines. With a sizable female carp potentially releasing over 1 million eggs annually, there are serious concerns surrounding the highly prolific nature of carp and what might happen should they spread into waters where they do not already exist. When looking at how to stop the spread of carp, it is important to understand how carp have managed to successfully spread in the first place. So the question was posed, what activities have assisted the spread of carp within Australia? Flooding came back as the most accountable cause. Floods help to carry carp and their eggs into places that are normally separate from the main river systems. Studies have shown that fish populations found in adjacent waterways that only become connected during flooding, indeed have identified genetic similarities. Other potential natural distribution methods that were flagged include waterspouts during extreme weather conditions or the transportation of carp eggs on the feathers and feet of waterfowl. Solution-wise, there is not a lot that humans can do to intervene in these methods of spreading. The role humans play in the distribution of carp is almost as significant as that of flooding, with carp largely relying on humans to transport them from catchment to catchment. Large populations of carp have been found in several areas of water that are either too large or remote to be drowned out by floods. Researchers believe that in many cases anglers are at fault, intentionally releasing carp in an effort to establish new fishing grounds. Be it through ignorance, deliberate dumping, accidental escape, or using carp illegally as live bait, humans have played a large part in the abundance of carp in Australian waters. Various research methods were needed to explore all avenues of this inquiry. This inquiry relied largely on government fact sheets and discussion papers, but useful information was also found in the Journal of Fish Diseases, the Journal of Fish Biology, and Wildlife Australia. Collating information for all aspects of this inquiry proved difficult at times. While there is clear evidence of Australian waterways succumbing to degradation, insufficient research is being conducted on the health of these waterways before carp were introduced. Additionally, carp are a welcome species in many Asian and European countries, and it is for this reason that Australia is at the forefront on research regarding carp control, and outside input is limited. In relation to the Australian curriculum, this inquiry is suitable for primary grades 2 to 4. The content descriptor, science knowledge, helps people to understand the effect of their actions, ties in well with this topic. Humans have and continue to play a large role in the spread of carp. Therefore, they are somewhat accountable for the current state of Australia's waterways. Additionally, this investigation relates to the sustainability priority of all life forms, including human life, are connected through ecosystems on which they depend for their well-being and survival. Students become aware of native habitats and how disrupting these habitats can have detrimental effects on native ecosystems. Thank you for listening.